Russ, I sensed it was a bit of frustration really after the Southend game, because you did well to get yourselves back into it.
Yeah. Tough one to take Saturday. Loads of positives, but like I said on Saturday night, we switched off at a really poor time in the game, and it's cost us at least a point.
And what were the positives you took from it?
How well we managed the game, the chances we created second half, the way we put our style on them really. Against a top team who are without the point deduction, top 3, top 4, they've got to be up there this season, and we more than matched them on Saturday. They were delighted with the 3 points, obviously, and we were absolutely gutted that we come away with absolutely nothing. So I think that shows you the strength of the league at the moment. You can't switch off at any stage.
It's inevitable in 90 minutes. They're only human. They will switch off at some point, I guess.
It is, but that's managing the game, and that's not switching off, and concentration. That's why some players are at the level for all teams. You've got to be on it, you've got to concentrate, you've got to be stubborn, and when you get your chances, you've got to take them. Not quite doing that at the moment throughout the team, not giving ourselves a chance, not taking the lead when we have the chances, and I know that can swing the whole direction of the game towards us. So listen, we'll keep fighting, keep plugging away. There's loads of positives from the start of the season, and it will turn. So I know that for a fact.
You got it on the score sheet, which if nothing else means people like me don't ask you about it every week, because you got your goal. Yeah,
but we want more, and when we smelt it in the first half, when we were on top, you've got to take your chances in those games, albeit the quality of the final ball wasn't quite there, the set piece wasn't quite there. We're not quite there in that aspect, but we're trying, and it will turn one day, and if we take the lead, the whole game might be completely different.
The fact that, as you say, you're not quite there, was that inevitable given you've gone up a division? It's just a higher level all round?
Possibly. Learning quick. But I think in every game, bar the Ebbsfleet game, we went down to 10 men. It's been really nip and tuck, and our only real disappointment and concern is that we're on the wrong side of it at the moment. So I'm sure when that turns and we get that little edge of confidence back in us in our game, it'll be more than a match for anybody.
You're back at Agborough this weekend, and you'll play Rochdale, of course, a side that last season was 2 divisions above you.
Yeah, fantastic for the club that we're going up against these teams now. They'll bring a good strong following with them, and we've got to look to continue our unbeaten home form, albeit 3-0 nils. But I believe we could have won all those 3 games. So we like playing at home. I've told the boys and the crowd really. Our home form has to be our consistency this year, and so far it has been, but now let's start putting the ball in the back of the net and getting those points on the board.
Presumably you've had a look at Rochdale. What have you made of them?
Good team, mixed bag of results. Some vast experience in the lineup. Your Clayton's in midfield, who's played over 400, 500 league games. Henderson's, who's a club legend, and these are decent. Like I said, they've been a league club for years, haven't they? So they act like a league club, and they believe they're probably too good for the level. So they'll be one of the promotion favourites this year, but we've got to take our own spin on things and put it to them.
As it can be difficult for you as a promoted club going to this league, sometimes it can be difficult for relegated clubs, because most clubs, if they go down, there's a change of squad. The people go, new players come in, and it can take them a while to adapt as well.
I think so. There have been a lot of newcomers coming to the squad. Always is the case. Players want to stay in the league, and you have a new rotation system, and the whole club changes, the whole ethos changes especially when you get relegated. You want to lose that losing mentality, which I'm sure their manager will want to put his own stamp on things. But we've got to focus on ourselves now. Every game is all about us and matching up against the opposition and putting our own foothold on the game. And so far we've done it in spells. We've got to do it in longer spells.
Is there a feeling now you need to put one on the board to win?
Of course, we want to win every game. It's not a feeling. That's what we're here to do. That's what we pay to do. Pay to win games, pay to score goals, pay to keep clean sheets, and that doesn't change whether you're Man City or whether you're Kidderminster Harriers. So nothing changes in that part.
The crowds have been good this season so far, haven't they? And they have got behind you.
Fantastic, and so they should do. We're a club in the last 3 years who are on the up, and we're coming into this new league now. It's a new challenge for everybody. We're settling in, and we've got to. Listen, we've got to settle in quicker and be a part of this league. I believe we can be really competitive at this level, but I know how quickly it can change, and that's one way or the other. A win can change everything, so that's what we'll be looking to do Saturday.
I was talking to the Hereford manager, Paul Callis, the other week, and they brought in a lot of players from a lower level who are now obviously playing in a higher league. You haven't done that so much, but you have gone up to a higher league. Is there a feeling, as you've just alluded to there, the players have got to accept they belong at this level now, that they've got to be part of that?
Well, they've got to accept it, or they've got to try and be part of that level, because as we know in football, it's very ruthless. If you're not quite at it, someone else will be, and someone else wants your shirt. So that's me included, that's all my players, and that's a club. We want to be part of this level for a long time, minimum. So we're 7 games in now, we've got a real good feel for the league, but let's start changing our fortune a little bit.
In terms of your squad for the weekend, Russ, how are you looking?
Well, obviously we've lost Christian Pearce for international duty, which is great for him, not great for us, but it's great for him. So we wish him all the best in his 2 games coming up. Matt Preston's a week away, and Jack Lambert took a bit of a bang last Saturday, so we're going to see how he is today. Apart from that, we're fine, but we are quite light at the moment. Obviously with your Shane Burns of this world missing out as well. So listen, we go with what we've got, but we're confident, and we'll be competitive on Saturday.
Are you still looking to add to the squad?
As and when, if something comes up that's better than what we've got. But with the window shutting now, things are starting to get drip fed through to us. So we'll see what's out there. Got a couple of free weeks, which is great. No midweek games, but then the hustle and bustle really starts again next week. We've got 6 games in 3 weeks, so we need good numbers for that.
Yes, it must make a difference not having a game on a Tuesday night, really, because it does give you more time on the training ground.
It does. It gives more time to rest the lads. We've played a lot of, the majority of the squad have played the full 90 minutes, so they've got to get the rest in, and it gives us time to work off field as well, and what we need to bring in. So listen, it works in hand. On the flip side, in 2 weeks' time, we'll have 6 games in 18 days. So you need everyone available.
Final point, obviously you always want more. Any manager I've ever spoken to wants more, but are you broadly happy with how it's gone so far?
No, I'm not happy at all, really. I think we started the season really well, and I think if you switch off at this level, haven't got the consistency, and don't prepare right, you're not organised, you lose the games. I think last year, no disrespect to the level, we could not be quite at it and still win. We could be really poor and get a point, or we could be really poor and win a game. And I think at this level now, you are what you are. If you're not quite at it, you don't get nothing. And I think that's where we are. We've been at it for the majority of the games, and we've switched off a couple of times in defensive lapses, or we haven't took our chances, and it bites you in the arse. So that's where we need to be better.